Good morning. Enter your register numbers in message box. Huh? Right. So pointing devices we were discussing. So in this pointing task, pointing control pointing devices, indirect control pointing devices. So if this one we were discussing, let's move to that one. So pointing devices we have done it, and touch screen. Right. So direct control pointing devices we have to discuss. Pointing devices up to here we have done it. So now direct control pointing devices is nothing but even you can take light pen. So we can change the colors or we can pointing out that one. So that means when some people are discussing the pointing, they used to mention the position. So they want to highlight that one, it can be highlighted. That is what the direct control pointing devices. So direct control pointing devices, here even you can say mouse also. Inserting pointing the devices, eliminate the hand and hand obstructing the screen problems. So here is it's showing something like this. That is what the direct control pointing devices. So that means what you need to what is that called? Monitor and your hand should control that one. So where you want to see this one, where you want to highlight that one. So for example, if I'm saying this disadvantages cursor mouse. So the similarly highlighter. So which one you want to show the highlight? So your mouse and monitor should be matching that one. You are supposed to match the both that one. So which one you want to highlight it? You want to show that one. So such a way that you are adjusting your hand and the monitor. So that is what the direct control pointing devices. Everything you know this, but just we have to discuss once. Enable the users to point to a spot on the screen and to perform the select position or the task. That's what I told you. Enable the users. So that means what you have to whatever the devices it is required for that wireless you have to adjust that one and you have to adjust with your hand and the screen to position to the where you want to pointing out to the particular position. So that is what the light pen advantages, and it allows the direct control by pointing to a spot on the display. It allows the direct control by pointing to a spot on the display. So wherever it is there, it will display that one. So you can show that which one you want to highlight that one. So which one you are explaining, sometimes you have 10-15 lines. Which one you are showing that maybe third point or fourth point I want to highlight that one. So using the highlighter I can highlight that one. That is what it allows the direct control by pointing to a spot on the display. Next one is incorporates a button for the users to press when the cursor is resting on the desired spot on the screen. So here is what incorporates the button for the users to press when the cursor is resting on the desired spot on the screen. So you can press that one, you can highlight that one. That is what the third point. And fourth one is light pen has the three disadvantages. So light pen, you have the three disadvantages. What is that? One is nothing but user's hand obscured part of the screen. User's hand, see here is it's showing that one. Pen is nothing but directly showing that one. So you need to use the energy for this. That is what one advantages. Another one is users had to remove their hands from the keyboard. So keyboard we are not utilizing. So using that pointer pen. So you are writing something or more rounding something, whatever you want, you can do it that way. So that is what the users had to remove their hands from the keyboard, and users had to pick up the light pen. So we have to heavyweight pen is there means it is difficult to write that one using the monitor. So lightweight you have to take it. That is what the light pen lightweight it will be there. So using that and writing it is one disadvantage. This is what the light pen has the three disadvantages. One is called the user's hand obscured part of the screen. Another second one is called the users had to remove their hands from the keyboard. And third one is called the users had to pick up the light pen. We have to take the pick up the light pen. Next one is touch screens. So touch screens also. So touch screens is nothing but you are using touch screens, mobiles, all these things. So just when you are touching, so screen will be coming and whatever you want to type it. So you change the characters or characters to integers or special characters. All these things it will available in even small mobile also. All the keyboard keys are available. So only thing is we have to use the touch screen and we have to do it. So touch screens also, you know the advantages and disadvantages of the direct control pointing devices. So touch screen also directly we are utilizing. So some of the advantages and disadvantages. So here is using the fingers we are typing the whatever we want. So either you are searching the names or sending the messages or sending the emails or receiving whatever it may be, all these things we are seeing using the your fingers only. So allows the direct control touches on the screen using a finger. So using the finger we are using the touch screens, all these things. So either computer or your laptop or your mobile. Early design were rightly criticized for the causing fatigue, hand obscuring the screen, hand of the keyboards, imprecise pointing, and the eventual some the of the display. So that is what the second one. So early designing were rightly criticized for the causing the failures, hand obscuring the screens, hand off keyboards, imprecise pointing, and eventual some going of the displays. So these were the second one. And lift off strategies enables the users to point at the single picture. So a lift off. So that is nothing but the removing from the touch screens. The users touch the surface. So whatever it is, they provided the surface for us that will be touching for that. So then see the cursors that they can drag around the display. So touch screens, just we are touching that. For example, sometimes if you want to enter the OTPs or mobile numbers directly, it will be coming only the numbers. Sometimes we'll be getting the alphabets. So whatever we want, we can type it. That is what the lift of the strategies. So use the touch the surfaces, then see the cursors that they can drag around the on the display. So display purpose, you can drag whatever you want in that one. So you have 2 to 3 pages also. Sometimes only characters one page. Next is numbers. Sometimes special characters is one more. So like this we have to search and we have to enter it. When the users are satisfied within the positions, they lift their fingers of the display to active. So display to once you satisfy that, you have to lift your finger, it will be displaying. So for suppose if you are pressing J, lifted that one, automatically it will be displaying. That is what the when the users are satisfied with the position, they lift their fingers of the display to active. Next is can produce the variety of displays to suit the task. So variety of displays also are available. For example, if you are using what is that called WhatsApp, so sometimes we'll send the greetings to our friends, our relatives, happy birthday or something, or congratulations or something, or thanks. So some of the special diagrams also are available. We'll be taking that and we'll be sending. So can produce the varieties of the displays. So that is what the varieties of the displays. That is nothing but the best example you can take the WhatsApp. Next is are fabricated integrally with the display surfaces. So fabricated integrally with the display surfaces is nothing but integrated. So wish you happy many returns of the day we are typing and with some cake cutting something like that. So you are integrating both and you are displaying. So that is nothing but the combining the both and you are sending to your friends or relatives or somebody. So that is what the touch screen advantages. So we have to remember is nothing but what touch screen is nothing but whenever you are touching the fingers for the screen, it will be displaying something, and whenever you are typing or sending something, so once you satisfy that, you have to remove that finger. So it will be adjusted with that pixels. So suppose if you are taking the laptop here, a big monitor will be there. Now you are seeing the using mobile only, so it adjusted the screen there itself. So the similarly your keyboard also with your respect to your mobiles it is adjusted. So which one you want, you can select that and you can display. So that is nothing but whenever you are remove, once you satisfy, when you are pressing that satisfying, removing that. If you are not satisfying, sometimes if it is pressed some other keys also will delete it, will do it once again. And apart from that, so you can do the special diagrams or special activities, you can do it in that one, so that you can send it to others also. Apart from that, you can integrate it with the text and other messages also, or other diagrams or other images. So that is what the another one. So that is what the touch screens advantages. So next one is second, direct control pointing devices. So direct pointing control devices. So in this one, direct control pointing devices, you have the two ways. One is called the direct and indirect. So here is direct control pointing devices, tablets, PCs, and mobile devices. So here is tablet, PCs, and mobile devices is called the direct control pointing devices. So here is, let us say the first one is called the natural to point on the LCD surface. So we can take the LCD's natural point on the LCD surface. So here is LCD once you take, so using the system we can connect it and it will be displaying there. So that is what we are using. So before that we used to use the OHP sheets and we used to display. So in our department also OHP is available. So it is improving one by one. So for that you have the stylus and keep the context in the view. So you are keeping the context in the views and pick up and put down the stylus. So next is the gesture and handwriting the recognition. So gesture and handwritten recognition is nothing but you can take the OHP sheets and it will be displaying, and that is using the projector we can display LCD projector. So handwritten also we can display it using the LCDs. So previously we were doing OHP sheets and we used to write it in handwritten. That one we used to put it on the OHP sheets, and that one we are displaying onto the LCD projector. That is what the gestures and handwritten recognition. So this is what the tablet, PCs, and mobile devices we are using the direct control pointing devices. So direct control is nothing but we are having the control to display. So LCD displays we are seeing many examples. So many people they have taken using the PPTs, LCD projector. We have done it, and natural to point on the LCD surface. So surfaces how you are placing sometimes will be fitting, direct fitting or movable we have seen. So that one is stylus and keep the context in the views. So context in the view. So that is nothing but for viewing purpose, we are displaying purpose, we are taking that one and we are highlighting the text. So system is somewhere and using the LCD we are displaying. So that is nothing but, so many people can view the data. Next is pick up and put down the styles. So you are taking that and put down to the styles. So gestures and handwriting the recognition. So that is what the direct controlling devices. So next is you have that's what I told you. You have the direct control and indirect control. Direct control is nothing but, so that's what the best example, LCDs and projectors or VHP sheets in that. So there is directly you are doing. That directly is nothing but the messages is there and we get display. So indirect we have, let us go for the indirect. So indirect is nothing but the, we have the mouse, so trackball, joysticks, graphics tablets, and touchpads. This is what the indirect devices, indirect pointing devices. So indirecting pointing devices is nothing but the mouse, trackball, joysticks, graphics tablets, and touchpad. Let us see one by one. So mouse, I hope you know that how to utilize all these things. So let us see that the hands rests in a comfortable position. Buttons on the mouse are easily pressed. So here is I can use the mouse. So laptop without mouse also we can use it. See the cursor is moving. And system also without mouse also we can do it, but it sometimes it is bit difficult. So if you want to open using the system, 3 to 4 windows, if you have opened one to one moving is nothing but sometimes will feel bit difficult without mouse. So you have the word one file only, you want to move it one page to another page. So sometimes bit difficult. So without mouse also we can do it, but mouse accessing is bit difficult for moving or selecting the different windows or different pages. So that is what the mouse advantages. So the hand rests in a comfortable position. Buttons on the mouse are easily pressed. So we can press it, buttons also easily. Even long motions can be rapid, long move. That's what I told you. Word is nothing but, suppose if you have 20 to 30 pages, if you are having or more than 50 or whatever it may be. So in this case, moving is easy for us using the mouse. So just, so here just you see, middle button, if you take it, this one, so using this you can rapidly you can move it, so fast you can move it one page to another page. So right click button and left click button, you know that left click normally we are using, so for the clicking purpose, paste all these things, right click sometimes for refreshing purpose, all these things. So you have the advantages using the mouse. Now, next one is the track ball. So track ball is nothing but in between, usually implemented in a rotating the ball 1 to 6 inches. So this is rotating ball for the 1 to 6 inches is available in the diameter that moves the cursor. So using this track ball also we can move it. So down one ball will be there. So mouse different ways. So initially down ordinary systems, if you see the mouse, so down ball will be there. So later what will happen? It is using mouse, the ball is coming like this. So rotation purpose 1 to 6 inches they have done it. That is called the track ball. Tracking is nothing but, so which one you want to move, from where to where you want to move it. So that is what the track ball usually implemented as a rotating ball 1 to 6 inches. So track ball is nothing but moving purpose. So the diameters will be 1 to 6. So this is nothing but normally we are using for the moving purpose. That's it. So here is mouse is nothing but the positions where you want to show it. So trackball is nothing but moving from one location to another locations. Next is joysticks. So or appeal for the tracking the purpose. So tracking purpose we are utilizing for this. So graphics tablets is nothing but touch sensitive surface, the separate from the screen. So this is joystick is nothing but what purpose we are using is nothing but a touch the sensitive surface separate from the screen. So next is touchpad. Touchpad is nothing but the built near the keyboard, offers the convenience and precision of the touch screen while keeping the user's hand off the display of the surface. So that is what the touchpad's advantages. So all these things might have some of the many people, some many cases we have utilized this one maybe apart from one or two. So apart from one or two, you might have used also. So keyboards, a mouse, trackball, all these things you have used it. You are familiar for this first two to three. So maybe graphics tablets and touchpads. Touchpads, some of the people that utilized it. Maybe some people might have not used it. So that is what the direct and indirect pointing devices. So direct is nothing but you can take the LCDs and OHP projectors, and the indirect pointing devices is nothing but the mouse, trackball, joysticks, graphic tablets, and touchpads. So that is what the indirect pointing devices. So next is comparison of the pointing devices. So comparison of the pointing devices. This is nothing but the fourth one. So comparisons of the pointing devices. So you can compare the pointing devices. So you how to compare this is nothing but so you have the different input output devices also. Which one will be fast? So for example, for moving purpose only, if you take it mouse and without mouse. So which one is the advantages and disadvantages? So the similarly here also we can comparisons of the pointing devices. So pointing devices, which one will be the fast, which one will be the slow, some or which one will be the costly, all these thing comparisons. So human factors, variables, that is nothing but the speed of the motion for short and long distances. So speed of the motions for the short and long distances. Human factors, variables, why we are using is the thing, but this is what the purpose. So accuracy of the positioning, accuracy of the positioning, error rates, learning the time, user satisfaction. So this is what the human factors variables. So comparisons of the pointing devices is nothing but the this one. Even the best examples also the city. Sometimes if you want to travel nearby and inside the city, sometimes if it is the traffic, even if you have car also, sometimes we'll go by bike. Even still, if it is some cases near, if it is traffic, we'll go by walk and come back. Sometimes by going by walk and come back only, we can come fast. So like this, the factors. So distance, based on the distance as well, we decided. So maybe 5-10 kilometers or 20-30 kilometers means we'll take bike and go. If it is 100-500 kilometers, if you want to travel, so we'll go by car or flight or something like this. So that is what the human factors and variables. So everything sometimes we'll think. Suppose if it is but low budget, if you want to spend, so sometimes we'll go by bus 300 kilometers, 400 kilometers if you want to travel. If it is 4-5 people means sometimes we'll go by vehicle. So all these things, the human factors, that's it. So here also with respect to our systems, the human factors, how to take it. So speed of the motions for the short and long distances, accuracy. So accuracy also is important. So if I'm showing something, so it should show cursor is around only. So accuracy is required. So otherwise what will happen? If I am showing something and it is displaying something, it is difficult. That's what first and one or two first two when we were discussing movies only. So the actions and their voice also should match it. So movies and all sometimes so they're acting something. So that is voice also somebody is telling. So that is also should match it. Otherwise, what will happen if it is not matching? But difficult. So we will not understand. So that is the reason. So it should match that. So next one is called the error rates and learning time also. So whenever you are taking anything, that should be learning time should be very less. So then only peoples will be interested. No confusion should be there. So whatever the instructions they have given, they should give it very short and simple. So user satisfaction is required. User satisfaction also most important. So other example we can take online classes only. Maybe first 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks we can say. Initially we struggle to take the online classes. So sometimes what we have done, so we have done using the PPTs, we have recorded 10 to 15 hours, 15 minutes, then we have uploaded. So we couldn't able to upload 1 hour video initially. So then what happened? Then we went for the Zoom. So Zoom is nothing but only 45 minutes per day. So we used to take 40 minutes per day class. For per user, they used to give 45. Then we moved to Google. So Google is now comfortable. So that is what the human factors, all these things. Now this one we are having the comfortable or not. So if I'm displaying the PPT PowerPoint presentation, you should be able to see that, you should be able to view that, you should be able to understand the content of that one. So you can be able to see that content properly. So then only user satisfaction will be there. So suppose if I am showing something, if I am telling something, if you are not able to receive the other end, so that means what? It may not be display the PPTs, or it may not be display the videos. All these things, if it is happen, user satisfaction will not be there. So you will say that, sir, we are not understanding anything. Whatever you are doing, it is waste. So whatever the professors are doing, it will become waste. So that is what the human factor. So whatever we are doing, whatever the business people, they have developed the apps, so that should be useful, and that should be useful to understand that one also. That is what the human factors, that one. Any example you take, even bike, car, whatever it may be, so user satisfaction factors are important. Next one is called the others variables. So other variable also, this is also most important. So cost, that is what, whenever we are purchasing something, we'll see first, we'll check it out with our budget. So normal daily routine, okay. So taking for tiffin, food, all these things we know that. Suppose if you want to buy two-wheeler or a car, so how much I'm having amount, how to adjust the remaining amount. So either I should go for EMI, or I should be, whether I can be able to offerable that one or not. All these things matters. So that is what the cost. Next is the durabilities. That one is durability also we will be checking. So when we are taking the dresses also, we'll check all those things. So space requirements, for that the space is requirements, the weights also. So two-wheeler also will see the weight, all these things. So that means the candidate should be able to bear that. So weight also most important, how much weight is there. So next is lift versus a right hand use. So here is two-wheeler, when it is traveling, so they have to check with respect to petrol also, how many kilometers is coming, so how many kilometers per hour we can travel. All these things you have to check it out, whether it is reasonable or not. All these things to be checked. So whatever the customer is spending, that should be worth or not. So that is what the cost, durabilities, space requirements, weights. So next is called the lift versus right hand use. Next is a likelihood to cause the repetitive and strain the injuries. So this also we need to check it out. So likelihood to cause the repetitive and strain injury. So next is called the comfortabilities with the other systems. Comfortabilities with the other systems. So comfortability is required when we are taking something. So user satisfaction. That is what the comparisons of the pointing devices. So which pointing devices we are using? Suppose if you are taking headphones only, somebody will take wireless, without wire, with wire. All these things we are taking. So that is nothing but the comfortabilities, or when we can be able to offer or not. That is what the comparisons of the devices. So when we want to talk, so while traveling I want to talk sometimes, so using mobile it is difficult to do that one. So we'll be going for, somebody will go for wireless, so sometimes only they'll be putting into the air and they'll be talking. So all these things are available. That is what the human factors and the comparisons of the pointing devices. So many devices are available for your system also. So for that, which is comfortable for that. Input output devices also many are there. So which one will be the easiest one? Which one will be the understandable? Which one will be offerable to use for the end users? That is what we need to check it out. That is what the next one is, comparisons of the another continuations. So some results. So what is the some results is nothing but direct pointing devices fastest but less accurate. So if it is direct pointing devices is very fast and there is but less accuracy, means some results that one also will not accept for that. So graphics tablets are appealing when users can remain with the devices for long periods without switching to the keyboard. Next is mouse is faster than the isometric joystick. So some cases this one's mouse is very fast than the isometric joysticks. So for tasks that mix typing and pointing, cursor keys a faster and are performed by users to a mouse. So that's what normally what we are doing is nothing but instead of all the devices we'll go for mouse only. So mouse is best for us, all these things. So some of the cases maybe require joysticks or graphics, all these things. In that case, we have to go for that one only. So for us at this level, at this moment, for us mouse is most comfortable and it is adjustable with mouse only. So some of the results, that's what the muscular strains is low for the cursor keys. That is what the some of the results with the mouse and other things. So accurate all these things when you go for that. So which is comfortable, which is necessity for that, we have to take that one. So the next one is called the fifth one is called the Fitts law. So Fitts law simple is nothing but, so here is nothing but the it takes the longer to reach the smaller areas, that is further. That is what the Fitts laws. Here examples. These were the young actions and 5 years age, and this one they have given. And the next one is called the novel devices. So for this, here you have the food controls. So air tracking, multiple degrees of the freedom devices, data clue, haptic feedback, bimanual input. So here is ubiquitous computing to tangible users interfaces, handheld devices, smart pens, so tabletop touch screens, game controllers. This is what the novel devices, some of the devices, whatever they have shown here. So this is what the devices. So devices, we can using the devices, we can connect to the systems and we can use this one. So all these things are called the novel devices. So see here some of the examples they have given. So all these things, see devices, novel devices, all these things. You have the many devices. So how to utilize and how all these things. See, so some of the things is are there and they will be writing. So all like this, you have the many devices. So best example when you go for the Aadhaar card, so you have the fingerprints. That is also called one devices. They'll be taking the through phone camera will be there setting that one and doing that one. So parallelly they are entering the what is that called address, communication address, permanent address or something like that, and all the details they will be taking an entry. So different devices are available. The similarly here you have the novel devices. So here you see here some of the things, microscopes, you can see the bigger one, all these things. So here somebody they're sitting and they're watching that one. So all these things are available and the novel devices, that is worthy. So sitting at home only, even we nowadays now we are seeing the movies also, Amazon Prime, all these things. See, so no need to go to theaters also. Trends are changing and we are using the different devices to watch that one. So that is what the novel devices and speech and auditory interfaces. So speech and auditory interfaces, Nowadays, even in mobile also, sometimes I'm very lazy to search the name also. Just voice devices, I'll go for that, I'll click it. So I'll say some name, so it will be coming that one. So call that person, it will be calling. Voice recognition also is available. So speech and auditory interfaces. So speech recognition still does not match the fantasy of the science fictions. So still some of the voice devices or problems are there. So but nowadays it is working. In your mobile also you are checking voice recognition, voice checking, all these things you are doing. So demands of the user's working memory, background noise, problematic. So all these things, speech and auditory interfaces, when they are giving, these are all the problems they are facing in speech recognitions. So background noise and problematic, this all these things to be rectified. Variations in the user's speech performance impacts effectiveness. These were the variations of the user's speech performance. So the recognition, what will happen is nothing but what will they will be setting one recognition, all these things. So sometimes it will be coming bigger one, sometimes small, or somebody will talk fast, somebody will talk slow. All these problems they want to rectify. Even best example we can say, traffic police people, they'll be using the cameras, they will be identifying the traffic violations, rules and regulations. So some cases even still all the people are not using the same font size, all these things. Even there are some cases they are facing the problems to recognize the numbers. So that is what, when they want to recognize some of the cases, all these things interfaces. So it should be common way of talking, common way of displaying, common way of identifying the font size. So that all these things to be followed, then only system will be identifying. Otherwise, bigger, smaller, for that they have to identify the different tools. That's what they are doing now. So that is what the variations in the user speech performance impacts effectiveness. Most useful in specific applications such as to benefit handicapped users. So these were the another one, most useful in specific applications such as the benefit of the handicapped users. So other example we can say now there is sensors. So most sensors are useful now. So some people are there. So even lights on and off. So in house many people they are using now. So if the persons are going inside, light will be automatically on. So that is also example. Even for the handicapped peoples, so some of the cases it is useful for that one. Most useful in the specific applications such as to benefit the handicapped users. So that's what they have done it in the speech and the auditory interfaces. So speech and auditory interfaces. And next one is called the next class we'll see it. So speech and auditory interfaces, second one, and we have some of the examples in this. So opportunities, technologies, and in this one we need to discuss the discrete word recognition, continuous speech recognition, voice information systems, speech generation, non-speech auditory interfaces. This is what the 5 points we need to discuss in the speech and auditory interfaces. So let us see that one in the next class. I'll stop that one. So this topic we'll discuss in the next class, and this one we'll see it. Okay. I'll take the attendance now. Today date 11, 11, 11. Answer your attendance. 2.
Sir.
3,
Yes, sir.
4,
Yes, sir.
5,
Present, sir.
6,
Present, sir.
7,
Yes, sir.
8, Bindu, 9, 10,
Yes, sir.
11,
Present, sir.
12,
Present, sir.
13, tell me,
Present,
15,
sir.
Present, sir.
16,
Present, sir.
17,
Present, sir.
18,
Present, sir.
19,
Yes, sir.
20,
Present, sir.
21, 21, 22, Rajesh, 24,
Yes, sir.
26, 25, Anand absent, not visible here also. Okay. 26, Santosh, 27,
Yes, sir.
29,
Sir, her mic isn't working, sir.
who's mine?
Sinchana.
Sinchan, okay. 30,
Present, sir.
31,
Present, sir.
32, 33, Varsha.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if some disturbance is coming in when your number is coming, just you enter in message box so that I will enter it attendance. Okay. If my lift mic is not working, just you enter it here when I am calling your number. Or any disturbance is also just you enter it in the message box. Those are not able to tell the attendance. Okay. 33 over 34. Yashashwini.
Okay, sir.
Present, sir.
50. 50. Amruta. 51.
Present, sir.
Amruta. 52.
Present, sir.
53.
Yes, sir.
54.
Present, sir.
5. 55.
Present, sir.
56.
Present, sir.
57. Manish. 58.
Present, sir.
59.
Present, sir.
60.
Present, sir.
61.
Present, sir.
62.
Present, sir.
63.
Present, sir.
64. 65. Pratik. 66.
Present, sir.
67. 68. Shashank. 69.
Present, sir.
70.
Present, sir.
71.
Present, sir.
73.
Present, sir.
73. 74.
Present, sir.
76. 76. Vidyarani. 77.
Sir. Present, sir.
Okay.
Sir, 74. Present, sir.
Now given, sir.
Sir, 72 present.
Given, madam. Even if you are switch on the mic, automatically your name will be visible here for me. So if your name is not visible here, then only I'll mark the absent. Right. Anybody, anything? Do you have any doubts? Okay, so I'll give the assignment, two assignments I supposed to give. So this weekend I will send it to you. So in through Google Class only. So then you can upload it. So 1 week, one assignment, one more week, one more assignment. Okay. So fourth unit and fifth unit only I'll give it. So one week time I'll give it. So enter it. Anyway, second internals over. So you can finish it up whenever you are getting the time. So don't delay the submitting the assignment. So here is, it will show the timings, all these things. So when we are giving deadline, you try to submit it, even including the test also. So test this time they are keeping withhold, I hope. Those who are submitted the link.